everyone, and yes, I am back. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Kalondia Casey. This used to be Casey's Beautiful Lifestyle, but I have rebranded myself, and my name is synonymous across all of my platforms. I am on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook somewhat, not very much, and now I am back here full force. I will be putting out one video a week for you mature ladies, anybody that is over 50 and wants to see somebody over 60 do their makeup. So let me tell you what is going to happen here today. I am going to do a full face of makeup and talk to you all about my Holy Grail items. Yes, I'm starting in a t-shirt because it's going to be a casual video, but I will be switching over to a nicer outfit because we have things to do today. We're gonna have a lot of fun here, and I'm going to show you my tips and tricks for what I do for my over 50, 60 skin. Yes, I have all the crinkles, I have all the wrinkles, I have everything, you name it, I have it, because I'm 63 years old and I have gray hair. Yes, there's a little bit of blonde in there,
but that's a whole nother YouTube video.
I have already prepped my skin with my skincare, and my last step is always an SPF. I love the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid. It has an SPF of 50, and it works so well under makeup, and it just stays on all day long. My skin is dry, and I love this primer by One Size Beauty. It is called Secure the Glow, and I'm going to do one side and show you all how pretty this is. And compared, it really shows a pretty glow on the skin. It just looks so good and hydrated. And that's the key for my dry skin. And so 1 to 2 pumps will do well. All right, let's start with the eyes. I do eyeshadow first because if there's any fallout below the eyes, I can save that with a wet washcloth or a makeup remover wipe, because there is nothing worse than doing your makeup and you have fallout underneath. Oh my gosh, I can't stand that. So I learned that lesson the hard way. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about eyeshadow. I have 3 brands that I turn to constantly, and I really had to stop and think about it, and I needed an eyeshadow palette that does it all. It's got the mattes, it's got the shimmers, it has a lot of different colors, and I grabbed my Holy Grail Natasha Denona Glam palette, and I'm going to show you. She is very well loved. Let's start with just getting our eyebrows kind of pushed in the right direction, and I am going to be using the Rare Beauty eyelid primer. It is so good, and ladies, as we mature, an eyelid primer is such a benefit to our eyelids because it helps with discoloration. It keeps your eyeshadow on longer. It helps with those wrinkles and crinkles. As far as the eyeshadow settling in, I really like it. And this is what it looks like. It's so good. And of course, everything will be linked below. The next step in my eyeshadow routine is that I am putting some setting powder on my eyelids. I use the Prism Libre by Givenchy. It is my Holy Grail. Remember, I am using Holy Grail products today. Why do I do this? Because it makes the eyeshadow application go on smooth, and we want smooth, ladies. Once you get that skipping line in there, you know where I'm going with this. In fact, I've just had to take off my entire eyeshadow look and start over again when that happens. There's just no saving it. By the way, all my brushes today are going to be BK Beauty brushes. This is the Nikki LaRose N13. But the thing that I love about the Natasha Denona palette is that She marks where you should apply your eyeshadow. And this one is called Crease. Well, as you can see, I am not putting it in my crease because if I did, you wouldn't see it because I have hooded eyes and they are getting worse. Maybe an upper bluff is in my future. Probably not, but wishful thinking, right? Next, I am taking the BK Beauty 201 brush and I am blending that out. Next, I am applying this eyeshadow right here in this outside corner. And if you notice what I am doing, I am tapping. You will notice that throughout the entire makeup application today because I am a tapper. This is just so pretty. And if I didn't tell you, I am using the A502. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy brush. We all know who Angie Hot and Flashy is. If you watch YouTube and you are a mature woman, you know who she is. The next thing that I'm doing is I just wet my fingertips and I am taking this color right here and I am tapping it right here on my movable eyelid.
I told you we were going to have fun here. I just realized I didn't do this eye.
All right, I have caught this side up. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm a little nervous. What do y'all think? And I'm just taking my blending brush and I am tapping right above it to smooth that out. The reason I use setting spray on my finger and then tap it into the eyeshadow is because I want the shimmer to go exactly where I lay it. I find it so much easier to do if I wet my finger and my finger just seems to go in the perfect spot. I did not put on eye cream before I started the video because if I did have any fallout, I didn't want to have to wipe off the eye cream and waste that product. Not finished with the eyes, and I am taking this Angie Hot and Flashy A504 and I am punching it in just right here on this edge. Do you see what I am doing there? Just punching. Literally just kind of tapping that to soften those edges. Look how pretty that blends in. I love a good matte palette, but I like to add shimmer, so that's why I grabbed the Natasha Denona Glam palette so that it could be a one-stop shop. If I had grabbed my Makeup by Mario or my Patrick Ta palette, I would have had to find shimmer to go with it because I love shimmer on these movable eyelids. Yes, I know. Some people say, no, Kalondia, you cannot do that. And I say, just wear what makes you happy. And for me, girlfriend, it is shimmer all the way. I could talk about this eye cream all day long. It is the N Beauty Project Bright and Tight. It visibly improves dark circles and wrinkles and instantly brightens. Oh, it is so good. Now watch what I'm doing. I am putting it on. I am letting it just warm into the skin. And then I am taking this tool. This feels so good. It reminds me of being in a spa. And I am telling you, I cannot believe my Holy Grail that had been my Holy Grail for like a year and a half got bumped off of the Holy Grail list. When I received this NPR, oh my gosh, it just feels It just feels heavenly. Let's talk about foundation. I am a huge Armani Luminous Silk lover. Hands down, I reach for the Luminous Silk at least 5 days out of 7. I love several others, but when I said I was doing my Holy Grails, these are my Holy Grails. So let's blend it in because I look funny like this. I am using the BK Beauty 106. And if you will notice what I am doing, I am using a tapping motion. When you have a lot of texture on your skin, tapping your products into your face really helps with those wrinkles and crinkles. And everything looks so nice when it is finished. And if you just blend, 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 and you just keep tapping, 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 oh my gosh, you will see such a big difference. Do not forget your necks, ladies. Just take this down. Whatever is left on your brush, don't forget your earlobes. And I use probably a pump and a half. And if I didn't put this into the camera frame, it is the Armani Luminous Silk, and I use the 5.75. The next thing I am going to do is to apply the bronzer. I love bronzer so much, and this is the Rare Beauty, and I happen to wear the color Happy Soul. And now, ladies, I take my bronzer up high, and I always go here and here on my nose, right here on my lower lip, and then right here. It's so easy to apply. It goes on like butter. I'm going back in with my foundation brush. You'll notice what I am doing here. I am literally just tapping it in. That's it. And here, now on this part, I just take it and then I drag it down onto the neck. So on my nose, I like to take that all the way up into the eyebrow area. And then here, I just tap that in. It's going to give that full pouty lip. And you may have a special man in your life that's going to love it even more. So pucker up, ladies. What I really love here is that my face is starting to get dimension. Today, I am using Precisely My Brow by Benefit Cosmetics. It is such a good brow pencil, and I just love how easy it is to apply, and it has a very thin tip, and it goes on really pretty. And my color is Cool Gray. So what I'm just doing is kind of outlining the brow. I'm very fortunate. I still have brow hair. A lot of women my age do not, unfortunately. And so if you have some, this is another really good brow product. This one is called the Gimme Plus Brow, again, by Benefit Cosmetics. And remember, all of this will be linked below in the Show More section. Look at the difference between this eyebrow and this eyebrow. I did the other brow off camera, but I want you all to know that you need to invest in these. These are just disposable mascara ones. I happen to love these for brows because sometimes those brushes that you get that are for brows, they hurt and they're rough on the skin. I find these very, very soft, but they do a great job and they help to just blend everything together. Now there, brows are finished. Remember, brows are sisters. They are not twins, so no two are ever going to look alike. And for that matter, your eyes are sisters and they are not twins. And so it is what it is. One eye always looks a little bit more put together than the other eye. That's the way sisters are. They're jealous of each other. Okay, let's move on to blush. And today I am using Rare Beauty. I love this. And the name of this color is Happy. And I love these blushes. But let me tell you what you need to do. You need to apply them on the back of your hand and then tap it ever so lightly up here. You go high on that cheekbone and then you just tap it in. I am using the A507 brush. Look how beautiful that color is. I love that so much. It's screaming spring. Now, is this my Holy Grail color? No, but it is my Holy Grail formula. I think that is so stunning. I love all the blushes in this line. The colors are just amazing. Let's talk about eyeliner. I love the Urban Decay 24/7. I only tightline in the waterline up there. If there's any kind of transfer to the lower, I will clean that up. But this liner does a pretty good job of not doing that. Or if it does, it's such a tiny amount. And people say, how do you do it? How do you keep your eyes from watering? Well, this one's watering right now. And sometimes they do better than others. But for the most part, it's pretty good.
I know this is controversial.
I do not use a waxy liner underneath my lashes because it can really accentuate your wrinkles and crinkles. Instead of a waxy pencil, what I do is I use a soft brown eyeshadow underneath those lashes, and it looks so pretty. But for right now, we're going to just leave the eyes alone, and I'm going into the under eyes. Everybody always asks me about my under eyes and how I apply my concealer, how I keep it on, how I keep it from wrinkling and crinkling and all of those good things. So let me try and go through a few things with you all. First of all, I use my Holy Grail concealer. I have two, but today I am using the one that I love the most, and I am applying it here and here. Now this one is from Kulfi, Kulfi, and again, it is linked. And what I love about this, it can sit on my face for a good 30 seconds, which I really like because it's warming up to my skin. So my skin and the product become one. And so what I do at that point is I take my finger, which is warm. Are you getting the drift here? And then I just start tapping it in. And if you notice, I'm putting the concealer on after blush, and I'm going to show you why. So then I take my A506. These brushes are dirty because I had major surgery and I have not been able to clean my brushes because it takes about an hour and a half standing at the sink, and it's too hard. And I want you to look at how pretty that goes into the blush line. So beautiful. So let's do it on this side. I just really like to tap that in, and I like to go into this corner right here and just tap, 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 tap. And then here, what I like to do is I like to take the back of the brush and give it a good sweep. I'll do it on this side as well, so that you are giving your eyes an instant eye lift. Thank goodness for all of these products. I'm looking a little bit better than I did when I started. Okay, I am taking this little pencil brush going underneath that lower lash line, and same palette, the Natasha Denona. We are getting somewhere with our makeup. I am going to curl my lashes. I have to tell you, I didn't curl my lashes for a very long time. I just had a phobia about curling my lashes, and this year I got over it, and I'm so glad I did. I am using Bad Gal Bang mascara by Benefit Cosmetics. It is my number 2 mascara, but my number 1 mascara, I use a brown and a black. And I thought, no, today I just want to do 1 tube, and I'll show you all that one the next time. I'll link it. It's the Tower 28. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good mascara. And so that's 1 layer, and that looks really pretty. Wow. Va-va-voom lashes. Oh my gosh. Last but not least, it's really not last yet, but had a really hard time deciding on lipsticks because I love so many lipsticks. But today I am using Grace by BK Beauty because it is so pretty and it is so spring-like. And I am going to use my Holy Grail Makeup Forever lip pencil. This one happens to be in the color Anywhere Caffeine. All of them are great. Every single one of the colors. So pretty. Boulder Eyes Nude Lips. I just love the combination. And another thing I have fallen in love with is to just line my lips and to use the Summer Fridays lip oil. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this one and just pop it in the center. That's it. Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. You cannot go wrong. I love this. This is the biggest bottle I have ever seen. And it's heavenly, heavenly. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to change my clothes and get ready for the day. And I will come back and I will show you what I do last but not least. And you're going to want to see it because it's something that is kind of new to me, but it's something that really works. I have changed and we will be heading off soon. I am taking my Prism Libre and my powder brush. This one is the Nikki LaRose N17, and I have just lightly tapped that off, and I have to show you all the difference between this side and this side when I am finished. It is remarkable. I never put powder under my eyes. I just can't do it. Look at the difference between this side and this side. Look how smooth this looks. Isn't that insane? Best tip and trick of the day. And what I'm doing here, I have a lot of enlarged pores here. So I'm just putting the powder there. And then I take what's left on this brush, which is very minimal. And then I just keep tapping it in to my skin. And just like that, I am finished. I love the look of this today. These are my Holy Grail cosmetic products, and I adore each product that I showed you all today. I have so many to choose from, but I pulled together those products that I feel like you will appreciate as a mature woman, and I think that they do an incredible job on mature skin. They are definitely mature skin approved, or in my opinion, they are, and they work so well for me. So anyway, I want to thank you for being here for the very first video, the relaunch. Do not forget to subscribe because that is what grows this channel, and that is what YouTube is looking for to push it out into the algorithm world, whatever that may be. And so when you subscribe, click, like, comment, ask me questions. Tell me below in the comments what you would like to see on this channel, because this is for the over 50 plus 60, 70, 80-year-old woman, and anybody can watch it. If you're in your 40s, My daughter watches me. I give her lots of tips and tricks, and she's in her 40s. With that being said, I'm going to sign off now. I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week, and I can't wait to see and hear what you all say below. Have a great day.